Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my students? I hope that you're happy and healthy and ready for today's lesson, which is conversation. But before we do that, as usual, we will revise our previous lesson, the grammar, regarding the auxiliary verbs. Of course, we took the auxiliary verbs working together with main verbs. The most common auxiliary verbs are do, have, and be. We use do within negative statements and questions and with affirmative and negative short answer. And then we took some examples here, like she doesn't like social networking websites. And in the question form, do you send lots of text messages? And as we said before, if you want to write a yes-no question, you always begin with the auxiliary verb. Then we took the have. We use have with present perfect and past perfect, affirmative and negative statements, questions and short answer. And then here are some examples. She has or has not created her own website. And in the question form, has she posted any photos yet? Again, beginning with the auxiliary verb, then the subject. Has she posted any photos yet? Again, as I said before, questions usually follow the same pattern. We begin with the auxiliary verb, then the subject, then the main verb. As these examples here, have you charged your phone? Auxiliary verb, subject, main verb. The other example, did they call you? The same pattern, auxiliary verb, then subject, then the main verb. After do, does, and did, we use the base form. Always remember this information. We use the base form after do, does, and did. For example, he didn't answer. He didn't answer. The verb answer, although it's in the past, but we don't write it in the past tense. Why? Because it came after the word did. Also here we took the be. We use be with progressive affirmative and negative statements, questions, and short answer. For example, she is answering her cell phone or she isn't answering her cell phone. And in the question form, is your cell phone working? Of course, this is the continuation for the verb to be. We use be with passive affirmative and negative statements. Passive here, we're talking about passive. Again, we use be with passive, affirmative, and negative statements, questions, and short answers. For example, the internet isn't used by millions of people, or the internet is used by millions of people. And you want to put it in the question form? Yes, that's correct. Begin with the auxiliary verb. Were you given a password? You say, yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. And we took the language builder. The verbs do, have, and be can also be the main verb. If there is no main verb in the sentence, then the auxiliary verb becomes the main verb. For example, in the sentence, Tom did his homework. Did here is the main verb because there are no main verbs in this sentence. On the other hand, did he arrive late? Here we have the verb arrive. This is the main verb. So let's begin our lesson for today, the conversation. What do you see in this picture? What do you see in this picture? Yes, a couple of guys holding their phones. What are they doing? What do you think that they are doing? What do you do all the time with your phone? Yes, they are texting. It looks like that they are texting their friends, their family, or anyone for that matter. So I'm going to ask you a question. What do you know about texting? What do you know about texting? Do you use your phone? Do you use regular texting messages? Or do you use the social media? Or do you use your computer, the regular chatting websites? So what do you know about texting? Is texting a common means of communication? Is it common? Yes, of course, these days it's very common. Is texting common means of communication? Yes. How do people text in your language? Do you use abbreviations in your language? How do you text? Do you use abbreviations, the short version of the word? Do you try to shorten the words? Do you use abbreviations? Of course, this is according to you and your preference. Again, is texting a common means of communication? Yes, of course, very common actually. How do people text in your language? Do you use abbreviations? This is up to you and your friends. Texting acronyms. Acronyms, taking the first letter of the words. For example, WU is short for what's up. If you want to write to your friend what's up, just write WU. Here's a common acronym, LOL. Yes, that's correct. That's what you write when you are laughing. It means laughing out loud. B for N. B for N. Notice the word for, they replaced it with the number 4. Very good. B for N, by for now. Do you know any other acronyms? Yes, like the acronym BRB, be right back, or TYT. Yes, that's correct. Take your time, etc. So these are some of the famous acronyms there are. WU, what's up? LOL, laughing out loud. B for N, by for now. So now let's listen to the conversation between Kara and her grandmother regarding texting and abbreviations and acronyms. Let's listen.
Grandma, what are you doing, Kara? Kara, I'm texting Maria. I haven't seen her all week, so I'm just saying hi. Grandma, what's that beep? Kara, it's Maria. She just sent a text message back to me. Grandma, I don't understand. How on earth do you type what you want to say so quickly? Kara, you don't actually type the words out. You use abbreviations and acronyms. Hold on, I'll show you. Right now, I'm asking if she wants to come over and hang out. Grandma, that's a lot to type. Kara, right. So instead, I type DYWT, come OVR. Does that make sense? Grandma, DYWT, what does that mean? Kara, DYWT means do you want to? It's the first letter of each word. Grandma, oh, okay. Now what? Kara, she'll respond in a second. There. Grandma, what did she say? Kara, GR8B OVR in 10 minutes. Grandma, I think I get it. She's saying, great, be over in 10 minutes. Kara, now you've got the hang of it, Grandma.
So, now we have finished listening to the conversation between Grandma and Kara. So, now we know that Grandma is trying to learn the new ways of writing, new ways of texting, because she's asking Kara, how does she write so fast? Then she discovered that Kara is using abbreviations and acronyms. Then she learned quickly, because she said here GR8B OVR in 10 minutes. The grandma said, I think I get it. I think I get it. It means I think I understand now. She's saying, great, be over in 10 minutes. So, did the grandma learn how to use abbreviations and acronyms? Yes, she did. So, what's Kara doing? What's Kara doing? Yes, she's texting her friend Maria. She's texting her friend Maria. The second question, does Kara's grandmother know how to text? In the beginning, does she know how to text? No. No, she doesn't. So let's listen again to the conversation now and try to focus on how did the grandma learn how to use the abbreviations and the acronyms. Let's listen again.
Grandma, what are you doing, Kara? Kara, I'm texting Maria. I haven't seen her all week, so I'm just saying hi. Grandma, what's that beep? Kara, it's Maria. She just sent a text message back to me. Grandma, I don't understand. How on earth do you type what you want to say so quickly? Kara, you don't actually type the words out. You use abbreviations and acronyms. Hold on, I'll show you. Right now, I'm asking if she wants to come over and hang out. Grandma, that's a lot to type. Kara, right. So instead, I type DYWT, come OVR. Does that make sense? Grandma, DYWT. What does that mean? Kara, DYWT means do you want to? It's the first letter of each word. Grandma. Oh, okay. Now what? Kara, she'll respond in a second. There. Grandma. What did she say? Kara, GR8B OVR in 10 minutes. Grandma, I think I get it. She's saying, great, be over in 10 minutes. Kara, now you've got the hang of it, Grandma.
So the grandmother is wondering how Kara is writing her text messages so fast. Then she discovered that Kara is using acronyms and abbreviations, that she doesn't actually write every word. For example, here, Grandma, she's wondering what is the meaning of DYWT. She's asking, what does that mean? Kara responded, DYWT means, do you want to? DYWT, go to the restaurant. DYWT, to meet. Do you want to meet? Do you want to go? Do you use these acronyms with your friends? Do you use acronyms and abbreviations when you're chatting, texting with your friends? Do you use them a lot? So you have to ask yourself these questions. So this is the meanings of abbreviation and acronym. An abbreviation and an acronym. There's a slight difference. There's a slight difference between them. An abbreviation is a short version, a short form of a word. For example, OVR is an abbreviation of over. It's not taking the first letter, no. It's trying to shortening the word. An abbreviation, again, is a short form of a word. For example, OVR is an abbreviation of over. On the other hand, the acronym, an acronym uses the first letters of several words. Yes, taking the first letter of each word to write a phrase. For example, DYWT means do you want to? Can you give me another example of an acronym, a famous acronym? As I said before, BRB, TYT. Yes, that's correct, ASAP. What does ASAP means? Yes, it means as soon as possible. When someone says to you, come ASAP, it means as soon as possible. So here's the real talk. We're going to learn some of the meanings of these words, but also focus to tell us who says each phrase. While we are learning the words, try to remember who says each phrase. The first one, who on earth? Who on earth means how is it possible? How on earth, it means how is it possible? When someone is asking you, how on earth did you do that? How on earth did you do this? It means how is it possible? He's wondering. So, how on earth? Who says how on earth? Is it Kara or the grandmother who was wondering? Kara's grandmother, that's correct. Kara's grandmother says it because she doesn't understand how Kara can type so quickly. She's asking her, how on earth are you writing that fast? You finished a whole sentence in just 1 second. The second one, hold on. Hold on. When you say to one of your friends, hold on. Yeah, it means wait. Wait a moment. When he's going out and you say hold on, it means you're asking him to wait. So who says this phrase, hold on? Very good. It's Kara. Kara says it because she's going to show her grandmother how texting works. She says to her grandmother, hold on, I'm going to show you how texting works. The third word, or the third phrase, hang out. Hang out. When one of your friends asks you to hang out, let's hang out, it means that he wants to go out with you together. So, hang out, spend time together informally. Spend time together informally. So, when someone asks you, do you want to hang out? it means do you want to spend time together, go out to a restaurant or a cafe, or maybe at your house, etc. So hang out, who says hang out? Very good. This is what Kara wants to do with Maria. So Kara is asking Maria if she wants to hang out. Get it. When you say I get it, it means I understand. To get something here, when you say I get it, it means that I understand. It's very obvious here who says I get it. Yes, that's correct. It's the grandmother. Kara's grandmother says this when she understands how texting works. When she understands how texting works, she said to her grandchild, yes, I get it. The last one, got the hang of it. When you say I got the hang of it, what does it mean? Let's read. Started to understand something. Started to understand something. It means that now you understand or beginning to understand how this works. When you say I got the hang of it, it means I'm starting to understand how this works. So who says this? Who says I got the hang of it? Yes, that's correct. It's Kara. Kara says this when she knows that her grandmother understands texting. Kara says this when she knows that her grandmother understands texting. She said to her mother, now you got the hang of it. So about the conversation in pairs, I want you and your friend ask and answer these questions, then switch roles. So the first question, what doesn't the grandmother understand? The first question, what doesn't the grandmother understand? This is very obvious. Yes, very good. The grandmother doesn't understand how Kara types a text message so quickly. She was sitting here for just 1 or 2 seconds. Then she found out that Kara finished a whole sentence in texting. That what she doesn't understand. Again, the grandmother doesn't understand how Kara types a text message so quickly. The second question, what acronym does the grandmother learn? What acronym does the grandmother learn? And the other part of the question, what texting acronyms do you use? What texting acronyms do you use? So the first one, what acronym does the grandmother learn? What is the acronym that the grandmother learned in this conversation? Okay, let's look at the answer. The grandmother learns the acronym DYWT, that is short for do you want to. DYWT, which is short for do you want to. So what texting acronyms do you use? We ask this question. This is the third time that I ask the question because acronyms are used very common these days. Do you use acronyms in your texting? In your English texting, of course. Do you use acronyms? Of course, it's very useful. It saves time for you, and it's cool, let's say it. DYWT, or do you want to, it's short for do you want to. Do you use acronyms? Do you write BRB, TYT, take your time, or do you write ASAP for as soon as possible? Of course, this is up to you. The third question, tell your partner about a time you explained something or learned something from someone. Just like the grandmother, she learned something from someone. So I want you to tell your friend, your partner, a story just like this. Again, tell your partner about a time you explained something or learned something new from someone else. So I want you to tell each other a story just like that. This is the your turn part. Role play with a partner. Explain to your partner how to do something. Use phrases to ask for clarification and confirm from the box. So this is the box asking for clarification and confirming. Asking for clarification when you don't understand something and you ask for clarification. Once you understand it, you confirm by saying some of these words in the box. For example, I don't understand. I don't understand. It means that you are asking for more clarification. Can you explain it? This is very obvious, asking for clarification. Does that make sense? How do you? Another, asking for clarification. What does that mean? This is also asking for clarification. I get it. When you say I get it, this is a confirmation that now I understand what you are saying. Which of these things would you say when you don't understand something or want an explanation? When you don't understand, what do you say from the box? Yes, that's correct. You say, I don't understand. Can you explain it? How do you? What does that mean? You can choose either one when you don't understand something. And don't be shy to ask. If you don't understand something from the teacher, from anyone, just ask for more clarification. The second question, what do you say when you understand something? This is very easy, of course. You say, I get it. Once you understand, you say, okay, now I understand, or you say, I get it. The last question, what do you say when you want to know if your explanation is clear? Once you explain something to someone and you want to know, is everything clear? What do you say? Yes, you say, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Do you understand? Yes, that's correct. And with that, we reach the end of our lesson. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.